Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Call of Cthulhu. I'm your host, BringItDon, and this game just came out today. It was developed by Cyanide Studio, who also brought to you Styx, the game where you play as a goblin thief. Anyway, this is set in the Cthulhu mythos, in case the game didn't, or the name didn't give it away. I'm a huge fan of the Cthulhu mythos. I'm not big into horror games, not because I think they're scary, but just because they normally don't appeal to me. I do have some experience in the horror genre. I've played Dead Space 1 and 2. I've played some of the Resident Evils, and I played the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I'm sure there's some others that have been, kind of scattered in there as well. But I'm, again, a huge fan of Cthulhu mythos because it's not so much gore or like jump scare. It's more fear of the unknown or inevitability, things that are out of your control. I think it's more psychologically scary than, Jason popping out of a closet or things of that nature, or like, Saw gore. Also, I really like the title screen here. That'll probably be my thumbnail. Anyway, yeah, let's go and get the game started. I did play through the tutorial area just to check all the settings, see how the game ran and everything. So far it seems pretty smooth. So we're gonna just delete that. Actually, we'll just jump right in. Alright, Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Yeah, huge fan of the Cthulhu mythos. Huge fan. I think this is actually based on ooh, Enter Madness. I think they said this is closely based on the tabletop, but that I don't know if that, I don't know how true that is, but I guess we'll see as we enter madness together. Oh, gross. I wonder if this game's gonna have a sanity mechanic like the other games do. I'd be surprised if it didn't. I've only seen a very scant amount of gameplay for this game. I didn't want anything spoiled for myself, so I put it off until it was released, which was supposed to be tomorrow, according to all resources except for Steam. Steam released it today. Can I take that lantern? Okay, guess not. Can I run? Alright, yeah, there's this. It's not so much a sprint as it is a mild jaunt. I probably can't break that chain, can I? Nope, that's why there's that, the crouch tutorial. I didn't try that the first time I did the tutorial. I was like, I probably can't break it, but I figured I'd give it a shot this time. Despite me knowing what's going to happen. I feel like sensitivity is a little bit higher than last time I played. Let's go this way.
In my wake, pulled along, fate inescapably draws you on.
So I don't think I can go that way. I haven't found a way to climb over things. I don't think that I can. That looks like a harpoon right there. Looks like weapons. I wonder if I have unlimited sprint.
What a putrid offering.
Poor orca. Bunch of orcas. Bunch of guts. Ugh. Gross. This place has to smell terrible.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
You probably wouldn't be able to walk through there without getting like dizzy and throwing up everywhere. The smell would just be horrendous. Oh, also, I am going to come out and say right now, as a horror game, normally I control like my profanity on the channel. I try not to curse too much because I like to be, family friendly. I'm not gonna make any promises in the series.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Alright, well, welcome to the,
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares. But for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. Oh, I got some sleeping pills.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Nothing in there, okay.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. She kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. That's sad. Can't come to terms.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Now, the bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
I can turn off the radio. I'm gonna keep it playing.
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Alright, so that's my journal. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they're different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Well, I've got one really good guess. Information. Pierce Investigations Agency. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Now, a lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Lost Battalion 10-7-18. So I wonder if he's got like survivor's guilt. Yeah, let's have it. Oh, this will affect my destiny. Alright. Well, you never solved the case because you fell into alcoholism and you never left the office.
I have business here to attend to. It's been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Did I miss something over here?
Natural sciences, linguistics.
Oh.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Should you? Do I have to turn this off? Game saved.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Oh, okay. Phone started ringing. What did I do to cause that? Is it this? Huh.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. Okay, let's see. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improve the skill, increase your chance of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or object, and of picking locks. So that sounds really useful. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing and manipulating during discussions. I have 8 character points. Okay. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Calling your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill in finding hidden objects. Oh wow. Psychology represents your ability of, or your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill, if you understand motivations. Okay. 45%? Oh, I guess 45% until... Oh, until the next level. Okay. I really feel like investigation is the way to go here, but... Let's get that up to level 3 at least. I mean, we can round it out a little bit, right? Oh. I mean, occultism is pretty important in Cthulhu mythos. Is there anything else I can level up? I mean, I could do strength to 4. No? Oh, 6. Never mind. I cannot do strength to 4. Do eloquence. Psychology. I mean, yeah, let's get the medical up a bit. I mean, I guess, is it better to be well-rounded, or, I don't know. I don't know what to expect yet. I'll probably just put the rest into investigation, so that when we level up next... Yeah.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
That's one blatant shadow. Jeez.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen
Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Well, let's look at this first. Let's see. A strange picture, painted by Sarah Hawkins, a short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. Oh yeah, also, I recommend that y'all, well, I set the mood. I'm playing, well, for one, in a basement, and it's nighttime, and there's no lights on, so, I mean, it's not scary yet, but, ew, is that water damage? You get that looked at, guys. Alright, anyway, let's look at the painting.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
Okay, now let's look at the, old file we got.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, it says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. It's all just jumbled together. Okay.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Should I find out about Warehouse 36?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay. Where does Sarah Hawkins live?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay. I read about her mental fragility in the police report.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Okay. Should I say you're asking the wrong guy? Well, let's see. Something's not right with this story.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Alright. I think you're asking the right guy. I'm all about it. Let's see. That's all the information I
I
need.
think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Hey. Leave my situation out of this.
But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
It's over here, right?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Is it this one?
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it.
With good...
According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A giant creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small island off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatments. Did I, Oh. Okay, so yeah, looking at books. Increases, yeah, it's up to like 22% now. I think it was at 20% when I left off. So yeah, looking at books. So this is very similar to the Cyanide Studios' other game, The Council, where books will increase your your stats. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. It's very reminiscent of Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the World. So far, I mean, Cthulhu games usually start out the same way. So, and I'm pretty excited. I'm actually very excited. Enter Madness. Careful there, Pierce. That'll kill you. He's got one massive wedding band.
We're almost there.
That thing probably weighs like half a pound. The Scylla, that's a Greek mythological whirlpool or sea creature. Sea creature, yeah, that's right, because there's the whirlpool and there's the sea creature, Scylla.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
But you're unloading.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Thank you.
Why, thank you, Captain.
Oh.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alright, first thing you should always do is backtrack. Now let's consult to the diary. Or consult the diary, not consult to the diary. Okay, Darkwater docks. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that managed to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belonged to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. I should maybe gather around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found in the Hawkins and the archives of the Harbor Master's office. Can I talk to you? Can I push you in? Joke's on you? Alright, no. We can't get back on the boat. Anything back here? Nope. Alright. So keep my eyes open for secrets and stuff. It's a game that feels like it will be riddled with secrets, but who knows? Who knows? Let's go look at the carcass and talk to the police.
Let the police do their work.
Who are
Hey,
you?
Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it
Oh,
too
medicine.
much, we'll break
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
I know who it was. It was that crab right there.
They're cops.
And his
They can't
partner.
understand. Damn stupid idiots.
Alright, anyway.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to...
Let's talk to
Same
the...
goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm sorry. What did you get in a fight with? Sailors get upset over nothing.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Okay, so if I didn't agree with him, he may not have given me that little tidbit of information. Like, don't go in the warehouse. Sadly, I'm not going to listen to him anyway.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
Who are you?
You're already in trouble.
There's nothing for you here either.
Can we
sort this Beat it. out?
You can see he's half drunk.
Okay.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum...
Kind of just came out of the wall there. It's creepy. Yeah, I know. I'm onto you whale killers. Anyway, let's go check this out. Can I talk to you? I really do enjoy the vibe of the game. I mean, it's not the most graphically impressive game ever, but it's I feel like that lantern's gonna be mine later. Hello. Oh, gross. Pick it up and put it back in your pocket.
Hey, be careful.
I like that.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
It wasn't me who went looking for it. Yeah.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure rises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah, Captain
Speak
Forearms.
then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Let's see. Let's see. Guess that's with
I didn't
Prohibition.
expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Looking for Warehouse 36.
You know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
What about Darkwater? Why the stranded whale?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
I can tell you, town seems a little run down. Let's find about Sarah Hawkins.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not speaking ill if it's true.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
It's true that they were strange.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Alright, enough said about Sarah
I've
Hawkins.
got what I need.
Anything else?
Can I order a drink?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Yeah, I don't want to mess your forearms. Alright, let's
That'll be
leave.
all for now.
I'm sorry for making you angry. What do we got here?
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
He was $68. Back in the 20s. That's no small amount.
The miraculous catch.
The Scylla...
Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Let's see. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Besides went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that was already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of the perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. A warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. And a special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or your friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. So that's a clue. How is that going to lead to being a clue? Let's see here. Alright, so these are all the people. So these two are dead. Simon is, the son. Roy Mitchell and, okay.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Let's see, the end of whaling.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
What is this song?
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof. Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Sounds like the merchant from Resident Evil 4. What can I do for you, stranger? I can't talk to the guy that I showed what's what earlier. What are you doing?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
What are these scars on his arm? Like the tattoos on that one? Can I zoom in? Oh, I can lean. Oh. Alright, this is gonna be a spooky game, isn't it? If you can lean, you know you're in for some trouble. I see y'all over there judging me. Not going that way. Yeah, I do think that the lockpicking skill and the see hidden stuff skills are going to be very important. Who are you?
What you looking at, stranger?
So far, the only woman I've seen on the island. So, what's a woman like you doing in a place like this?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Can I
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Double meaning. Alright, let's, actually, you know what? Now's probably a good time to call the episode. And the next one we can go talk to, Captain Fitzroy. I think. I don't know what my last save was. I don't know if, because it's auto-save. I don't think I can manually save. Or can I?
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreements are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. Yeah, what's this?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Well,
fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
and a commode, or a toilet for you modern folk.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Yeah, we're gonna call the episode here. And the next one we will we'll talk to him, we'll finish exploring this area. Probably finish exploring this area first, and then we'll talk to him. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next episode.